Hey guys, welcome to Victorious Ministries midweek workout. My name is Jennifer Frazier and I'm going to show you a workout routine that you can do from the comfort of your own home or at a gym if you have access to one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a warm-up to warm up your muscles to ensure there aren't any injuries, and then the stretch, and then we're going to get into the workout. So let's start by jogging in place, the warm-up. 2 minutes. So again, the warm-up is good to get the muscles warm and to get them activated so you aren't getting any injuries while you're working out. If you have space to work out, to run, you can feel free to run in a circle, or if you have a treadmill, that works as well. And when you run, make sure you're landing lightly on your toes. All right. About a minute left. Next, after the 2 minutes jogging in place, we're gonna keep up that momentum and we're gonna do high knees for 1 minute. And again, when you're jogging in place, make sure you're landing lightly on your feet, on the ball of your feet. All right, about 30 seconds left. So after high knees, we're gonna do lunges. So I'm gonna start with my right leg. And what you wanna do is first, if you have some weights at home or if you're at the gym, you can always put 210 weights in your hands. That'll add to the warm-up, add to the lunge. Also, when you lunge, your right leg or whatever leg that's in front, you're gonna make sure your knee does not go above your toe. And finally, your back leg, you wanna have it where it almost touches the ground, but don't touch it quite. All right. All right, next part of the warm-up is high kicks, okay? So we're just gonna do, again, 10 on each leg, and get your leg up as far as you can, and touch your toes if you can. All right, so the next part of my workout is stretching. Stretching is really important to avoid any injuries. So have a seat on the ground or on a mat and stretch and touch your toes. And just hold it for a couple of seconds. Make sure you're feeling the stretch. You should feel it in your quads and hamstrings. Okay. And legs apart. And reach for your right foot. And same thing, you should make sure you're feeling the stretch in both legs. And then reach for your left leg. And just hold it for a couple of seconds. And make sure you also then reach for the middle. Okay. And then we're going to do a quick stretch of our arms. Take one arm, put it in front of you, stretch and hold it for a couple of seconds. And then your next one. And switch. Put it over your head and stretch, and make sure you pull your arm if you can, as much as you can, but don't force it if you don't have that flexibility yet or that range of motion yet. And next arm. Okay, so that's it for my stretch. So now we're gonna really get into the workout, okay? All right, so now it's time for the actual workout. So to get started, we're going to do some squat jumps, sorry. So I will be doing modifications. So if you have pre-existing conditions, make sure you follow the modifications. So again, I'm going to start with squat jumps. If you have any ankle injuries or any knee injuries, just listen to your body, and instead of doing the actual squat jump, I'm going to show you how to do a squat instead. So we're going to do 20 squat jumps. Or if you're going to do the squats, do 30 squats, okay? So get started. So, 2. All right, so if instead you did the squats instead of the squat jumps, what you're going to do is just squat. And again, do 30 of these, 20 of the squat jumps. And when you're doing squats, make sure your feet are straight in front of you. Make sure they're not out or inward, straight in front of you, and squat. And make sure your back is straight as well, okay? All right. So 30 squats. And then in between each workout, I'm gonna jog in place for 30 seconds, okay? So next we're going to do 10 burpees. I'll demonstrate what that is, and if you're unable to do a burpee for any conditions that you may have or injuries, you're gonna want to do 15 push-ups, okay? So you're jumping and you're making sure your chest hits the ground completely. All right, now if you're doing push-ups, try to go down as far as you can. And make sure you have a straight back. Okay. And again, in between each workout, we're going to jog in place for 30 seconds. All right, so next we're gonna do 50 crunches. And when you're doing your crunches, make sure that your arms are spread apart when they're behind your head. And also make sure you're holding a ball, you're able to hold a ball between your neck and your chest. So your neck should not be close to your chest like this. That'll avoid any neck injuries. All right, and again, 50 crunches, and then we're gonna jog in place for 30 seconds. And next, we're gonna keep up with the momentum of doing ab work. So I'm gonna get back on the ground and I'm going to do ankle taps. We're going to do, again, 50 ankle taps. So this, you're lying on the ground. Again, your knees are bent and you're just gonna tap your ankles. And if at any time you need to take a break and you need some water, feel free to pause and go ahead and do so. It's good you need to stay hydrated during this workout. All right. So again, back to jogging in place for 30 seconds. All right, so next is mountain climbers. So I'm gonna demonstrate how to do that. You are going to be as if you're going to do a push-up, but instead of doing a push-up, you're going to tap your feet up near your ankles, but you're gonna go faster than this. And we're gonna do 50 of these. You're gonna do right, left is 1. All right, then we're gonna, again, jog in place. For 30 seconds. All right. I hope everybody's starting to feel the workout. I'm glad y'all came and tuned in. All right, and finally, we're going to hold a plank for 1.5 minutes, jog, and then we'll be done. So, let's see. So for the plank, you're gonna wanna get on the ground and hold your body like so. Make sure your legs are down. And time it out for 1.5 minutes. So now, lastly, again, we're gonna just jog in place for 30 seconds, and then we're done. Again, it was good to stretch before, but it's also good to stretch after your workout as well. I'm not gonna demonstrate any stretches specifically right now, but you can go ahead and follow the stretches that we did previously. Next, after after the 2 minutes jogging in place, we're gonna keep up that momentum and we're gonna do high knees for 1 minute. And again, when you're jogging in place, make sure you're landing lightly on your feet, on the ball of your feet. About 30 seconds left. All right, so after high knees, we're gonna do lunges. So I'm gonna start with my right leg. And what you wanna do is first, if you have some weights at home or if you're at the gym, you can always put 210 weights in your hands. That'll add to the warm up, add to the lunge. Also, when you lunge, your right leg or whatever leg that's in front, you're gonna make sure your knee does not go above your toe. And finally, your back leg, you wanna have it where it almost touches the ground, but don't touch it quite. All right. Okay. All right, next part of the warm-up is high kicks, okay? So we're just gonna do, again, 10 on each leg, and get your leg up as far as you can, and touch your toes if you can. All right, so the next part of my workout is stretching. Stretching is really important to avoid any injuries. So have a seat on the ground or on a mat and stretch and touch your toes. And just hold it for a couple of seconds. Make sure you're feeling the stretch. You should feel it in your quads and hamstrings. Okay. And legs apart. And reach for your right foot. And same thing, you should make sure you're feeling the stretch in both legs. And then reach for your left leg. And just hold it for a couple of seconds. And make sure you also then reach for the middle. Okay. And then we're going to do a quick stretch of our arms. Take one arm, put it in front of you. Stretch and hold it for a couple of seconds. And then the next arm. And switch. Put it over your head. And stretch and make sure you pull your arm if you can, as much as you can, but don't force it if you don't have that flexibility yet or that range of motion yet. And next arm. Okay. Oh, my job here is done. Thank you again for tuning in. I hope everybody had a good workout. Again, my name is Jennifer Frazier. Feel free to give me a call, contact me if you have any questions, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.